absence has a remarkable ability to make us more valuable and cherished in the eyes of others. In the constant rush of modern life, where we are perpetually connected through technology and always available, the concept of taking a step back can feel foreign. Yet it is precisely in this act of retreat that we allow our true worth to emerge. Exit, not defeatedness. When we are not constantly present, we create space for others to reflect on what we mean to them, to miss us, and to appreciate our presence in ways they may not have while we were always around. Imagine a beautiful melody being played over and over without pause. Initially, it might captivate you, but over time, even the most enchanting tune can fade into the background, losing its charm. Now imagine a moment of silence interrupting that melody. Suddenly, the music's return feels refreshing, more vibrant, and deeply appreciated. Our presence in others' lives works similarly. Constant availability can make us feel like that overplayed tune, familiar and comforting, but perhaps not as treasured. Absence, however, creates moments of silence that enhance the appreciation of our presence. Absence is not about abandoning or neglecting relationships. It is about understanding the value of space. When we are always present, others might unconsciously take us for granted, assuming we will always be there. However, stepping back occasionally invites a subtle shift in perspective. People begin to notice what they miss about us. Our laughter, our support, our unique energy. They realize how our presence enriches their lives, something they might not have recognized without that temporary absence. Moreover, absence provides an opportunity for us to grow and recharge. Being constantly accessible can drain us, leaving little room for personal reflection and self-improvement. When we step away, we allow ourselves the time to nurture our own interests, explore new ideas, and develop a stronger sense of self. This not only benefits us, but also enhances what we bring to our relationships. A refreshed, confident, and evolved version of ourselves is a gift to those we care about. It's essential to note that absence works best when paired with meaningful presence. If our time with others is shallow or unmemorable, our absence may go unnoticed. Therefore, when we are with people, we must strive to make our interactions impactful, listening with genuine interest, showing kindness, and being authentic. When we consistently offer our best self, our absence becomes a reminder of what others value most about us. This principle applies across all kinds of relationships, friendships, family bonds, and even professional connections. In friendships, for instance, stepping back can give friends the chance to reflect on shared memories and the joy your company brings. In families, it can foster a deeper appreciation for the role you play in maintaining love and unity. Professionally, absence can highlight the value you add to a team or project, as others come to recognize how much they rely on your skills and contributions. However, it's crucial to strike a balance. Absence should never feel like neglect. It should be a thoughtful choice that respects both your needs and those of others. Too much absence can lead to disconnection, while too little can result in being overlooked. The key is to find a rhythm that allows others to appreciate your presence while still valuing their own independence and space. Ultimately, absence is not a sign of weakness or disinterest. It is a powerful tool for fostering deeper connections and mutual respect. When used wisely, it can transform relationships, making them more meaningful and enduring. So step back when needed, let your absence speak for you, and watch as others come to treasure your presence even more. When something becomes overly familiar, it often risks losing its uniqueness and value in the eyes of those who experience it. This concept is captured in the phrase, "familiarity breeds contempt." While it may not always result in outright contempt, constant exposure can lead to a sense of complacency or lack of appreciation. The relationships and connections that once felt special may begin to seem ordinary or even taken for granted. Understanding this dynamic and managing it carefully can help preserve the respect and value we hold in the eyes of others. Human nature tends to overlook what is consistently available. We get used to the things and people that surround us, And as they become part of our daily routine, we may start to underestimate their significance. A prime example is the sun. It rises every morning without fail, providing light, warmth, and life. Yet how often do we stop to acknowledge its importance? It is only during a cloudy day or when the sun sets in a breathtaking way that we are reminded of its beauty and necessity. Similarly, in relationships, being overly present can lead to others underestimating our contributions or overlooking our value. Constant availability can inadvertently send the message that our time and presence are not as precious as they truly are. It is not about playing games or withholding oneself as a strategy, but rather about recognizing the importance of balance and boundaries in maintaining healthy dynamics. This phenomenon can manifest in various areas of life. In friendships, for instance, spending too much time together without breaks can lead to irritation or boredom. Even the closest of friends benefit from moments of distance, which allow them to reflect on the value of their bond. In romantic relationships, excessive familiarity can sometimes erode the mystery and excitement that initially brought two people together. A little space can rekindle those feelings, reminding partners of what drew them to each other in the first place. In the workplace, being overly accessible can also have drawbacks. A colleague who is always available to help might be seen as dependable, but there is a risk that their efforts will go unnoticed or become expected rather than appreciated. By setting boundaries and stepping back occasionally, individuals can encourage others to recognize and respect their contributions. The key to avoiding the negative effects of familiarity is to strike a balance between presence and absence. When we are present, we must ensure that our time and interactions are meaningful, whether it is a deep conversation with a friend, quality time with family, or delivering impactful work. The goal should be to leave a lasting impression that makes our presence valuable. At the same time, intentional absence can create opportunities for others to reflect on what we bring to their lives. It is during these moments of distance that people often come to realize what they miss: our support, our energy, or the way we make them feel. This absence can reignite appreciation and strengthen relationships, fostering a deeper sense of connection. It is also important to manage our own emotions and expectations. If we feel taken for granted, the solution is not to withdraw out of frustration, but to communicate openly and set boundaries with kindness. By respecting our own time and energy, we teach others to do the same. Avoiding the pitfalls of overfamiliarity is not about creating artificial scarcity or playing hard to get. It is about understanding that even the most beautiful relationships benefit from a rhythm of closeness and space. When we value ourselves and our time, we naturally inspire others to value us too. In the end, familiarity does not have to breed contempt. With thoughtful presence and a willingness to step back when necessary, we can maintain the respect, admiration, and appreciation that make our connections fulfilling and enduring. End quote. Relationships thrive on connection, understanding, and shared experiences, but they also benefit greatly from space. While it may seem counterintuitive, allowing room for independence and personal growth can significantly strengthen bonds. Whether in friendships, family relationships, or romantic partnerships, space is a crucial element that fosters deeper appreciation, trust, and longevity. When people spend too much time together without a break, even the most harmonious relationships can feel strained. Over time, constant proximity can lead to minor irritations or a sense of monotony, not because the bond is weak, but because there is no room for individuality or novelty. Giving each other space allows for the natural ebb and flow of relationships, creating opportunities for growth and renewal. Exactly arid, low-lying hills in the desert are amazing, but so are proximity to the desert, and there are so many layers of hurtfulness and separation. Space in a relationship is not about creating distance due to disinterest or neglect. It is about providing breathing room for personal development. Everyone needs time to pursue their own interests, reflect on their thoughts, and recharge emotionally. This independence is essential for maintaining a sense of self within the relationship. When individuals take time apart to focus on their own goals, hobbies, or passions, they return to their connections feeling refreshed and more fulfilled. For example, a friendship can grow stronger when both friends support each other's independence. When one friend takes a step back to focus on a new project or personal journey, the other has the chance to cheer them on from a distance. This support, even without constant interaction, reinforces the bond and shows that the friendship is based on mutual respect rather than constant contact. Finally, number 4, surrender. Having a greater appreciation for your own journey, having a greater appreciation for the journey that you're in. Similarly, in romantic relationships, spending time apart can reignite the spark and deepen the emotional connection. Absence can highlight the qualities partners admire in each other, fostering a sense of appreciation that might fade with constant togetherness. A brief separation, whether for a few hours or a few days, can lead to renewed excitement when reunited. It allows for moments of missing each other, which can strengthen the emotional attachment and bring clarity to how much the relationship means. Space also nurtures trust. When people give each other the freedom to explore their individuality, it demonstrates confidence in the strength of the relationship. Trust grows when both parties feel secure enough to spend time apart without fear of losing the connection. This mutual confidence lays a foundation for healthy, balanced relationships that are not rooted in dependency, but in genuine care and understanding. Another benefit of space is the opportunity it creates for communication and reflection. When apart, individuals can reflect on their relationship's dynamics and identify areas for improvement. They may also gain perspective on any challenges or conflicts, making it easier to address issues constructively when they reconnect. This time for introspection can lead to more thoughtful and meaningful conversations, enriching the relationship further. It is important, however, to balance space with presence. Too much distance can lead to disconnection, while too little can result in suffocation. Open communication is key to finding the right balance. Discussing each other's needs and boundaries ensures that both parties feel respected and supported. When people know they can rely on one another while also having the freedom to grow individually, the relationship becomes more resilient and fulfilling. Ultimately, space is not a sign of weakness in a relationship, but a tool for its strength. It allows for a healthy rhythm of closeness and independence, encouraging growth on both individual and relational levels. Relationships that embrace space are often more adaptable and enduring because they are built on a foundation of trust, respect, and mutual appreciation. By giving ourselves and others the freedom to step back, we create opportunities to step forward with greater intention and love. In doing so, we not only strengthen the bonds we share, but also enrich the quality of our connections, ensuring they last a lifetime. Balance and authenticity are two essential pillars for building meaningful and enduring relationships. Together, they create a dynamic that fosters trust, mutual respect, and emotional depth. While balance ensures that relationships remain healthy and sustainable, authenticity ensures that they are genuine and fulfilling. Without these elements, even the strongest bonds can falter under the weight of unmet expectations or a lack of connection. Balance is about maintaining harmony in the give and take of a relationship. It ensures that neither party feels overwhelmed, neglected, or undervalued. In any interaction, whether between friends, family members, or romantic partners, balance involves respecting each other's time, energy, and personal boundaries. It is about recognizing when to be present and when to step back, when to offer support and when to allow independence. For instance, a balanced relationship involves mutual effort. It cannot be one-sided where one person is constantly giving while the other is only receiving. Over time, such dynamics can lead to resentment and emotional fatigue. Instead, balance encourages reciprocity, a natural flow where both individuals feel equally valued and appreciated. Achieving balance also requires recognizing the importance of personal time and space. Relationships are strengthened when individuals have the freedom to focus on their own needs, hobbies, and personal growth. This autonomy prevents feelings of suffocation or dependency, creating a healthier and more resilient bond. It also ensures that when people come together, their interactions are more meaningful and energized, rather than driven by obligation or routine. On the other hand, authenticity is about being true to oneself and others. It is the foundation of trust in any relationship. When we are authentic, we communicate openly and honestly, without pretense or fear of judgment. Authenticity allows us to express our thoughts, feelings, and desires in a way that fosters deeper understanding and connection. Being authentic means showing up as our real selves, imperfections and all. It's about embracing vulnerability and letting others see who we truly are, rather than projecting an image of who we think they want us to be. This openness invites others to do the same, creating a space where both parties feel safe to be themselves. Authenticity also means being consistent in words and actions. It's not just about saying the right things, but aligning those words with genuine behavior. For example, if someone values honesty, their actions should reflect that value consistently. This congruence builds credibility and trust, which are essential for maintaining strong relationships. When authenticity and balance come together, they create a powerful synergy. A balanced relationship allows for the space and freedom to be authentic, while authenticity ensures that the balance is rooted in genuine care and understanding. Together, they prevent common pitfalls such as codependency, manipulation, or miscommunication. Consider a friendship where one person feels pressure to always agree with the other to avoid conflict. While this might maintain temporary harmony, it is not authentic and can lead to suppressed feelings and eventual resentment. Now imagine a different scenario where both friends feel comfortable expressing their true opinions, even if they disagree. The relationship becomes richer because it is built on honesty and mutual respect. Similarly, in romantic relationships, balance and authenticity play a crucial role. A healthy partnership is one where both individuals can pursue their own passions while supporting each other's growth. At the same time, they must feel secure enough to share their fears, dreams, and vulnerabilities without fear of rejection. This combination of independence and emotional intimacy strengthens the bond, making it more enduring. Balancing authenticity with the needs of a relationship requires effort and mindfulness. It involves active listening, empathy, and a willingness to adapt without compromising one's core values. It also requires ongoing communication to ensure that both individuals feel heard and understood. In conclusion, balance and authenticity are not just ideals to strive for. They are essential practices for cultivating meaningful connections. By respecting the delicate interplay between independence and togetherness, and by embracing honesty and vulnerability, we create relationships that are not only lasting but also deeply fulfilling. These principles remind us that true connection comes not from perfection, but from the genuine and intentional effort to nurture bonds that matter most. Allowing others to miss you is not about playing games or manipulating relationships. It's about fostering respect, appreciation, and mutual understanding. Practical steps to achieve this focus on finding a balance between presence and absence while ensuring your interactions are meaningful. By managing your time, energy, and boundaries thoughtfully, you can cultivate connections that are stronger and more genuine. Here are some actionable ways to let others miss you. Start by being intentional with your presence. When you spend time with someone, ensure that the moments you share are meaningful. Listen actively, engage in thoughtful conversations, and offer genuine support. Quality over quantity is key. When your presence consistently leaves a positive impact, it creates a lasting impression, making your absence more noticeable and meaningful. People remember the way you make them feel, and if you consistently bring value to their lives, they will naturally miss you when you are not around. Equally important is setting boundaries. Being overly available can sometimes lead to others taking your presence for granted. This doesn't mean withdrawing completely, but it does mean prioritizing your own time and energy. Learn to say no when necessary, and don't feel obligated to be constantly accessible. For example, if you're always the first person to respond to every message or invitation, take a step back occasionally. Allow others to reach out to you or take the initiative. This subtle shift can remind them of the effort you consistently put into the relationship. Another practical step is to pursue your own interests and passions. When you focus on your personal growth, you not only enrich yourself, but also become more interesting and dynamic to others. Spend time developing hobbies, learning new skills, or achieving personal goals. This not only makes your absence more justifiable, but also gives you something valuable to bring to the relationship when you reconnect. It's inspiring to see someone thriving and dedicated to their passions, and it encourages others to value the time they spend with you. In addition, create moments of intentional absence. This could mean taking a break from social gatherings, limiting how often you initiate contact, or simply spending time in solitude. For instance, if you're used to being in constant communication with a friend or partner, consider letting a day or two pass without reaching out. This space allows others to reflect on what they miss about you and appreciate your presence more when you reconnect. However, it's essential to pair absence with consistency. If you step back too much or too often, it can create feelings of neglect or detachment. The goal is to create a rhythm where your presence is impactful and your absence is temporary but meaningful. For instance, after a period of intentional absence, return with enthusiasm and warmth. Show that you value the connection and that your time apart was not about pulling away, but about enhancing the relationship. Cultivating self-confidence is another critical component. When you are confident in your worth and don't rely on constant validation from others, it naturally draws people toward you. Confidence is magnetic, and it encourages others to see you as someone whose presence is valuable. It also helps you navigate relationships with clarity, ensuring that your decisions about when to step back are based on what's best for you, not on fear of losing the connection. Finally, communicate openly. Letting people miss you isn't about playing hard to get or leaving them confused. If you're creating space, ensure they understand why. For example, you might say, "I'm taking some time to focus on a project," or "I've been enjoying some quiet time lately." This transparency shows that your absence isn't about avoiding them, but about maintaining balance in your life. By being intentional with your presence, setting boundaries, pursuing personal growth, and communicating openly, you can foster relationships where your absence enhances appreciation rather than creating distance. These practical steps remind others and yourself that your time and energy are precious and that your presence is something to be valued. When approached with thoughtfulness and care, letting others miss you becomes a way to deepen connections and strengthen bonds. Valuing yourself is the cornerstone of building a meaningful and fulfilling life. When you recognize your worth and prioritize self-respect, you lay the groundwork for healthier relationships, greater self-consciousness, and personal growth. It is not about arrogance or placing yourself above others. Rather, it is about understanding your intrinsic value and treating yourself with the kindness and respect you deserve. This shift in perspective can transform how you view yourself and how others perceive and treat you. The first step in valuing yourself is recognizing your unique qualities and strengths. Every individual has something valuable to offer, whether it is a skill, a talent, or a perspective. Reflecting on your achievements, qualities, and the positive impact you've made on others can help you appreciate your worth. Often, people focus on their shortcomings, overlooking the many ways they contribute to the world around them. By shifting your focus to your strengths, you create a mindset that reinforces self-worth.